Alright, welcome back to episode 2 of our AI-only civilization simulation. Now, this is my fourth or fifth attempt at recording this. The game seems to crash every time I open up InfoAddicts, so I've tried to look into it. If there's going to be a nation, one of these nations is affecting the save file. Therefore, for the sake of the save, we just won't be looking at the info addicts. It's one of these downloaded nations, whether it's the Byzantines, the Goths, Congo, the Chinook. One of these nations is causing the info addicts to crash. So I will spoil a bit ahead. I was saying in the last video that there is bound to be war, and that I am correct on. You will see a war here that's about to be declared between Lithuania and Poland here, and you're going to quickly see the demise of Poland. Now, I know that's a spoiler, but I've seen this happen 4 or 5 times now, so I doubt it's going to be any different this time. You're also going to see Byzantium and Ashurbanipal. He goes to war with like 4 people for no good reason, and you'll see what he does with it. And you'll see Justinian declare war in a joint effort with Ashurbanipal against Suleiman, and it doesn't really go well. Nonetheless, let's go watch the end of Poland for what is going to be my 5th time and your 1st time. I don't really know what happens after around turn 80, just because I've tried to get the info addicts going around turn 70 to 75. But yeah, in the first episode, we seen your nations be picked. Hopefully you picked your favorite in the chat. I hope Poland, it wasn't your choice, because they are the first nation to be eliminated. Aside from that, I'm trying to think of what I've seen. One sim, the Dutch got completely ran over by a German and French effort, but that was the only time it happened, so that was, I guess, an outlier here in the simulation. But yeah, we're going to slowly watch the demise of Poland. I'd gander at saying Lithuania, although they get strong quick, you'll see there's a coalition that forms relatively quickly because he does eliminate the entire nation. So I don't think he's a great pick for a winner, especially early on. Rome has looked strong up to turn 80. I think 85 was the furthest I've made it, and Rome looked fairly strong. Interesting to see. I think this is the first time we don't have Justinian going to war right away. There's the war. Okay. He waited a few more turns. He wanted to get the drama out of me, I suppose, and there's the end of Poland in the background. The Byzantine war strategy has never been good, I guess, against the Ottomans, whether historically or in this game. And they just kind of send their troops to their death. Same with Ashurbanipal. He just kind of smartens up usually first and retreats his units back to the capital. But there you'll see him declare his second war, and it's against Lithuania, where he's landlocked and will not make any kind of progression. And, Byzantium's got a nice early offensive here, but the tilings of Anatolia are just so favoring Suleiman and the Ottomans early on, and there's the Third War, that it makes it kind of near impossible for Byzantium to kind of conquer them. Which is why I was saying in the first episode that they should go to war with the Goths, which was a much easier path to success here, especially in the early game. But the AI will do what the AI does, as we're going to see another city be pressed here. Now we're kind of going to focus on these regions that have wars for now. We will go look around the map relatively soon. You'll see some nations expanding slowly but surely in the bottom of the map as the Zulu just expanded up here, or is that Dido? Okay, that was Dido, okay. Which I think is going to cause tensions. We might see a war eventually erupt. Whether it's with Dido and Morocco, or Morocco and Shanghai, or Songhai, sorry, Shanghai is a Chinese city. Fascinating. Early game here. But I guess we can go check out Asia here. You'll see Mongolia expand really quick, as Mongolia tends to do. Same with the Iroquois. They like to spam cities, whether they're good or not. They're going to make a city. And that's a powerful unit early game. Let's see if you can do anything with your unique unit. Hanging Gardens, that's going to help your city development here in Kyoto, which is going to be a good little city. You got good production, and then you got growth. You don't get the benefit of the river, unfortunately. You're just a tile away from it, but beggars can't be choosers here as Beijing. Again, another good city. You're going to get an observatory. And there's that coalition against Lithuania I was speaking about. The Spanish-French War. Nothing has ever really come out of this. Again, the Iberian Peninsula, similar to Anatolia. There's just too many mountains and hills for the early game to make it convenient to get any kind of expansion out. Now, it will be interesting to see if the Germans press forward here, because it's attacking through a forest, so you don't kind of get... It's tough. It's tough, especially early game. Once roads are built and there's a bit more infrastructure, it'll be a bit easier, especially if someone comes to make a city here. Which I'm going to predict someone's going to make a city to either get the truffles or the deer. He has no happiness, so he's not going to really push making a city. Germany might focus on either a war here or focusing their efforts on Lithuania. They might not expand. I could see someone like Denmark coming to steal this spot, unless one of these Eastern European nations comes with a fort settle just to get out of their landlock. Like a Greece, maybe even Rome could send a settler up here. That'd be interesting. They do have two, but it looks like they're sending one down here. I don't know where they're going to send the other one. The other one might come here. Or it might come to Africa. If it goes to Africa, that's a smart push. And again, the War of Nothing, you might... Look, I haven't seen this happen, but I'm not going to say it's out of the realm of possibility that we see the Ottomans come take over the Byzantine capital. if they set up some units properly, they can get some good attacks off. But I don't think the AI is going to be that happy. Or sorry, that smart. Especially to do that. Now you should peace out and get some cities going. Napoleon and Isabella make peace. No land will change hands. Another wonder by Japan, the Great Lighthouse. Interesting. Is that in Kyoto? I'm gonna presume it was. Oh no, it's here right there in Osaka. Interesting. I would like to see Japan expand here into China, maybe even declare war on Korea and take Jeonju away from them. That would be a good play. These nations are just prepping for whoever wants to go to war with who. And Mongolia's the sleeping giant, awaiting to come and clean up, I presume. So we're gonna have a Chinook city outside the line. Good for them. Suleiman makes peace with Ashurbanipal. No expansion out of Washington. George, get some movement going. Well, my fellow Canadians, I hope you didn't pick Canada as your choice to win. We're not off to a hot start unless we go take over Washington, which I highly doubt. Ooh, there's an Asian war. Shenzhong going to war with Korea. And that's peace with Justinian and the Turks. No land exchange. Good for both sides. Loss for Byzantium. It'll be interesting to see. I don't think you can take Busan. Especially if you don't have a navy that you can kind of clog in the Busan and Seoul port area here. And especially if you're just going at them with melee units. Fuck. And here comes Boudica declaring war on England. Oh yeah, that's a great position to be in if you're the Celts. Good luck to you, the English. And there's the Parthenon by Cyan. Good early game tourism. Cardiff under attack, but not to worry, it is just two triremes. How long will the siege of London last? Return of Babylon is taking its sweet time. There we go. Did they do anything? No, but China will ironically complete its Great Wall, and Japan with another wonder. There it is. Interesting. If these guys, you might be able to take Busan here. I don't think you do enough damage, but you'll come close. Yeah, you gotta get a melee unit in there. I guess he's not a melee. I'm not sure. And that's a big double war as France and Germany go to war with the Dutch. Let's see if Busan will fall here. The state of London. London is falling. London Bridge is falling down. Falling down. And Rotterdam is about to fall. I give it one more turn. And Lithuania might continue its expansion here with the Danish city of Kopan. But be cautious, as it seems as though either the Goths or the Russians are preparing for war with you. Interesting. There goes Rotterdam. You can do some heavy damage to the Lithuanian force here. England is gone. Kopong will live. And they make peace. Interesting. As we get a slow French push here. Attila's going to complete Petra in a city that has not many desert tiles. I mean, at least you stole it away from the African nations, I suppose. And the race for Amsterdam begins. Will these guys... Oh, he's done. The French might swoop in here. If these horsemen die. Oh, man. If this spearman can get in great position, you can steal this city, but the French have more melee units readily available, and they're gonna get the city of Amsterdam. Now that's a great tile to get. You still can't get the range shot off just because of the hill here. So until artillery, you shouldn't attack them again. But you should still get the hell out of your position. It does not bode well for you at the moment. But let's zoom back in here on the race for Utrecht. As Germany and France compete again for a Dutch city. Chichen Itza and the Oracle will be completed this turn. I think France is going to win this. They just have way more melee units. Germany might just bring the city down, and France will just come in and swoop it. I would not be surprised if this is the outcome. Ooh, Hiawatha declares war on Pocateo, and there's Shizong declaring war on Sejong. Korea and I want to say that's Liao going to war. Fascinating. The powers of North America with an early battle. America still yet to expand. And I'm gonna guess this war is just to come down here for Jiangsu. Yeah, they're gonna take that fairly easily. You might be well fed, but you're very understrength compared to your neighbors. And I guess for the rest of you, I can't really say much. Gandhi, I say, is being very quiet. But there's a good reason. He's got like 5 units to his name. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. But anyways, guys, that will do it here for episode 2. Will Utrecht fall? Who will it fall to? In North America, we have the great nations colliding here of the Shoshone and the Iroquois. Will something happen? Who will come out on top? If you look at pure numbers, it looks like the Iroquois are going to come in and steamroll. But there's a big sparsity here in between their units, so you might not be correct with your presumptions. Will Canada go to war with the Iroquois? Can they make some massive gains while the enemy is distracted? Moving on to Europe, Rome stays quiet, but they have come here to Africa. There is no conflict yet in Africa, but Morocco is building a troop that is large enough to come after someone. Down here we got Egypt being extremely quiet, no troops. Same with Arabia, they're being quiet, not a lot of troops, but they have some good expansion. Not great cities, but that's kind of just the downside of being in Arabia. There's just a lot of desert tiles, and especially because you lost out the Petra to Attila. Now the Congo have some great expansion as well. It'll be interesting to see if they make a push for Ethiopia, who doesn't seem to have many troops. And the sleeping giant of southern Africa finally has MPs. Does he start his global push? And the last thing we'll bring up here before we go, the Shoshone have made it to South America. The first to make it. Will they colonize? Oh, they're colonizing. More than this. Interesting. But yeah. Who do you guys think is going to come out on top as this series progresses? Will Ashurbanipal finally declare war? Will Byzantium do something, like settle a city, same as the Greeks? Will Rome do something? And most important of all, who wins Utrecht? Thank you again, guys. If you enjoy this, leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know, and we'll see you in the next one.